What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Beasley. I hope you all are staying positive and motivated out there. I'm coming at you guys today with a new installment of Word on the AVE. And today we are going to discuss Jada Gate. And that involves Jada Pinkett Smith, August Alsina, and to an extent, Will Smith. So, starting off, y'all, 2020 is just not letting up. Like every single day, every single week, every single month, it is just some new form of mess. It's like 2020 just stands for 2020 vision. Like the rose colored glasses are off and everybody's tea is coming out. Like it is like the first week of July, not even the first full week, y'all. And then we've already started off with some mess. So the main thing that really blew up the internet this week is August Alsina went ahead and sat down with Angela Yee and did a really in-depth interview in regards to his album and basically like where he has been this whole time and kind of detailing some events in his life. Now, I didn't finish it. I made it to the 30-minute mark. It's about an hour long, but it was a really, really good interview and it really helped me understand August Alsina more because for the most part, like, I've always loved his music. Like, I think he's a great artist, but I always wrote him off because of his piss poor attitude. Like, even dating back to when he was on 106 in Park and went off on Keisha Shante at the time, who was hosting, and even to like him just going into some of these appearances that he would be making and then not even doing the work, basically like not performing and catching an attitude with the promoters. And just overall, he just always had a stink attitude to me. But after watching this interview, I kind of understand why, and I actually gained a newfound respect for him because he has just been through a lot, y'all. Like, he has been molested. His mom didn't really raise him growing up. She didn't really know how to be a mother. She was trying to do the best that she could. So he was basically just fitting for himself. And then his brother died, and then I believe his sister died, and now he's taking care of and raising his sister's kids. And on top of that, I think a few years ago he had a really bad eye infection and he was almost blind, which I can relate to because at the age of 6 years old, I was blind too for a good month. A lot of people don't know that. That's a little fun fact about me. But anyways, he's just been through a lot and he's been harboring a lot of pain. And I can see why he had that bad attitude that he did because you got to release that pain in some form of fashion. And he just chose to lash out because that's the only way he knew how to express his pain versus like just sitting there and crying and dwelling in it. But the main thing about this interview that really stuck out is the fact that August all but confirmed what we already knew, like the fact that him and Jada Pinkett Smith were in a full-fledged relationship while she is quote unquote married to Will Smith. So in the interview, a little excerpt, he says, I actually sat down with Will and had a conversation due to the transformation from their marriage to life partnership. Catch. He gave me his blessing. He then goes on to say, I totally gave myself to that relationship for years of my life. And I truly and really, really deeply love and have a ton of love for her. I devoted myself to it. I gave my full self to it. So much to a point that I can die right now and be okay with knowing that I truly gave myself to somebody. He also says, and I really loved a person. I experienced that and know what it feels like. And some people never get that in this lifetime. I know that I am completely blessed, and this conversation is difficult because it is so much that it would be hard for people to understand. But once it starts to affect me and my livelihood, I have to speak up about my truth. Now, the livelihood part, I think that honestly translates to the fact that he was blacklisted for a little bit because we got to keep it real. Like, this is the first album that August has put out, I want to say, in the last 4 years. Like, for the longest, like, he just wasn't doing much of anything in music. And I think the main thing that kind of kept him from really putting out music is he also released a song about a year ago, kind of putting Jada on blast, like really throwing subliminal shots at her. The song is called Nunya. I'm about to read a few lyrics from it. So the lyrics that state, they kind of were like shots at Jada Pinkett is, why is you texting me, asking who next to me? Why you care about who having sex with me? Now you all on my line, why you pressing me? Cause I got her legs open like sesame. What I got cooking with her ain't your recipe. Oh, how she on her knees when she blessing me. With you, girl, I gave you the best of me. But you said to me you wasn't ready to be what I needed. So I gave you time to make me a priority. Put my feelings out there, you ignored it. Being real is what you can't afford, and I had to pay a lot for it. The time I invested, you can't give it back. You can't get mad at the way I react. You got me feeling like it was an act. You just an actress putting on a show because you don't want the world to know that you lost a man who loved you all along. Baby, couldn't we let this go? Let it go. Let it go. So that was subliminal shots to Jada Pinkett Smith. Like, to me, it was always obvious. Like, even dating back to the Red Table Talk episode where she interviewed August Alsina, like, the way she looked at him was like the way she would have looked at Tupac. Now, we got to keep it real. Even though I feel like Will and Jada are soulmates, you can have more than one soulmate in this lifetime, and it feels like she's found three of them. Tupac was her first soulmate. Even though them two weren't together, I feel like she beats herself up to this day that she did not get to have a relationship with Tupac, or the sheer fact that she didn't get to tell him something important that she wanted to tell him before he spent his last years on this earth. But either way you go, I feel like she sees a lot of Tupac in August Alsina. And also with the fact that them two, Will and Jada, for the most part, have always, in my opinion, been lying about their relationship status. Like, yeah, y'all are together, but y'all were never really together. Like, it felt like always like a Jay-Z Beyonce situation. Like, even though the love is there, like, we make more money together, and even though at times we can't stand each other, like, we make more money together than apart. And also with the fact that if you look at Will Smith's Instagram closely, like, he's always had his little side chick up in his pictures. And even if you go to her Instagram, I forgot her name, but she is like this racially ambiguous, like, black girl. I think she's either from Canada or the UK. She is always on trips with Will. Like, she just always so happens to post a picture of the same location he posts a picture at. Like, it's so obvious. And I feel like if them two were to come out, I think they feel that they would lose like endorsements or business deals. But honestly, their relationship, in my opinion, looks like it works. Like, yeah, we love each other, we have kids, but we don't really fulfill each other anymore. But even though our relationship has turned into a business, them two are able to function and cohabitate with each other, and they got their own people on the side. And for the most part, those people on the side have an understanding. But what happened is August Alsina fell way deeper than expected. I believe him and Will did have a conversation, and they probably laid out the rules of how this relationship is going to play out and go. But that what happened was August Alsina, who is, in my opinion, very vulnerable and at the time was probably a little mentally and emotionally unstable, he clinged to Jada. Like, Jada is like the mother figure that he never really had. And then on top of that, Jada is probably like one of his first real true loves in life. I mean, the boy is young. I think he's my age. I think he's like at least like 27, 28 now. But, you know, finding love, real love is hard these days, trust me. But people are like saying that Jada took advantage of a vulnerable August Alsina, which I don't think is the case. I don't think that's Jada's character at all. It does kind of look that way, but I feel like they both fell in love with each other. But then Jada kind of had to reel back because she's like, "Oh no, this is getting too serious." Like, I think it probably got so serious to a point where August was probably giving her ultimatum, like, "You need to leave Will and be with me," which is not going to happen. Like, I mean, are you going to choose to stay with Will Smith, or are you going to go run off with August Alsina? Like, no shade to anybody involved. I love everybody, but let's keep it real. Like, Will Smith is solidified Hollywood realness. Like, Will Smith is that dude. Like, the king of acting, in my opinion. I mean, just my opinion. But I just feel like things got a little too serious and more serious than what they were supposed to. and both of them really just caught feelings, and Jada had to reel back and really just kind of like be cool on August, and August really didn't take it that well. Like, August is heartbroken. Like, he is just heartbroken to the core. I mean, he's been through a lot, and then on top of that, like, the one person that you love, like, deeply doesn't even really want to pursue that deep of a relationship with you. Like, that hurts. So I get how August is feeling, and I really hope that he heals from this situation. Um, Also, it looks like Jada has responded. She posted a tweet saying that she is going to basically have herself on the Red Table Talk. I mean, Jada, you might as well just come out and just tell us what it is, because August is not lying. Like, I refuse to believe that he's lying. Like, nobody would really come out and speak against like a Hollywood heavyweights like Jada and Will if it was not true. Like, August has a lot to lose. Like, even though he's been in this game for a long time, his career still isn't really fully solidified yet. So I will be updating y'all with this story once Jada puts out that episode. I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna be there front and center with my snacks. This was an episode of Word on the AVE. I hope this plays out well for August, and I'm going to listen to his album, and I really hope this doesn't end his career, because he just has a lot of talent and a lot of promise. So that's my views on the situation. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe so they can throw your boy in the algorithm for once. And I'm going to come at you guys with some more content. Take care.